I want to thank you all for coming out this evening. I know that everyone's busy, everyone has things to do. There's a million, it just never stops. And so I certainly appreciate you giving us a little time here this evening. And I hope you've had a chance to visit our department tables. If you have a question about the city of Garland, you've come to the right place, because I think we have every department represented and lots of information to share with you. Those tables will be open for about 30 minutes after the presentation if you didn't have a chance to. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce some special guests that we have this evening. We have some of our current council members with us, and some are over here and some are over there, so I'm just going to talk. From District 1, Mayor Pro Tem Jeff Bass. He's here, trust me on this. From District 2, Deborah Morris. From District 3, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Ed Moore. From District 5, Margaret Luck. District 6, Carissa Dutton, somewhere over there. And I think from District 7, Dylan Hedrick. Now, if any of them have snuck in behind me, somebody let me know, but I think that's all. I think I got all of them. I haven't seen any former council members, so we'll just tell them thank you next time we see them. We do have some of obviously, a lot of our city staff here. From our city management staff, we have City Manager Judd Rex, Deputy City Manager Mitch Bates, back over there, Assistant City Manager Crystal Owens. I think they're intentionally standing where I can't see them, and Assistant City Manager Phil Urrutia. They're all over there together. All right, I think I got them all. If I didn't introduce them, thank you. And I want to thank all of you, obviously, and I know we've got lots of boards and commissions members here and just people from every aspect of the community. So thank you all for coming out. And just to let you know that this address will be rebroadcast on CGTV and our video streaming starting on the 15th at 7 o'clock. Now, we were going to do it on the 14th because, as the way I felt, it was like the perfect Valentine's dinner entertainment. You and the one you love watching me talk about the city of Garland. Man, you don't need roses if you have that on TV. But we'll be out on the 15th. So 2023 was yet another very exciting year here in the city of Garland. Lots of new projects, lots of new events, new opportunities to make your mark here in Garland. So let's take a quick look at some of those.
Sport. The more you put in, the more you get out.
Now he's punched his ticket to the Olympic trials.
It's something that you dream about, qualifying for the trials.
Partnership with the city, NASA, and the Johnson Space Center in Houston, people can explore the history of space travel, the International Space Station, and all the contributions Garland Manufacturing has contributed to the space industry.
Let's go to Mexico. We'll blow all of our pesos, whatever you say so. So we might.
Repeat after me. I, Judson J. Rex.
I, Judson J. Rex.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
1, 2, 3.
The ceremonial dirt turned today for construction that has already begun on Lofts I-30.
Good job. No bites. Such a good girl.
Tomorrow, Roach will begin on the next, whittling his way through requests, helping this neighborhood take on new life through art.
Un buen puesto, esto para el desfile número 77 por el Día del Trabajo, esto en el centro de Garland, organizado.
Garland is the most affordable housing market in the metro area, followed by Plano, the worst city in the state for housing cost, down in Austin, and that is your morning rush.
That was a lot. And yes, the city council will be putting together a paintball team. I'm sure you'll all want to practice shooting at us, and that's how that will work out. Well, obviously, if you've been around here any time this year, you can imagine how excited we are about our newly redesigned square. It was 2 years in the making and has been completely transformed from its previous version. And, you know, it really has been now laid out and designed to meet the needs of the community, whatever they are. From sitting down to have a cup of coffee, kids playing in the play area, walk your dog, or we can have concerts there. It has really become a hub for us, and more than 10,000 folks joined us for the grand opening on October 14th. And we were all very excited, one, just to be together, and two, just that the construction was over. And then thousands more than that had joined us for Christmas on the Square. And, you know, the city's investment in its core area has expanded to also include a new visitor center. We've purchased the property at 519 State Street on the Square. We have a new library kiosk, public restroom facility, and 3 new murals, and we've completed or almost completed streetscapes on 14 blocks around the square. Talk about the visitor center. You know, we've always had one, but it was very hidden. It was really part of our Visit Garland, but we wanted to bring it out, bring it up front, and so we have. It is now, actually, I can see it from where I'm standing, right over here on 501 State Street. It's basically the corner of State and 5th. And the primary focus of the Visitor Center is, of course, information about the city of Garland. We have information on local attractions, destinations, dining, shopping. We have lots of brochures and maps of those things around the area. We also have a large assortment of Garland and Texas goodies. Lots of Garland t-shirts. So I would, if you want to check them out, their hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. And you too can get your own copy of Garlandopoly. Next, 519 State Street. Otherwise, some of you may know it as the Jones Hardware Building. In addition to our new visitor center, we have this, it has been a redevelopment dream of ours for many years. In October, the city reached an agreement to purchase the Jones Hardware Building. And actually, as a matter of fact, we just closed on that property on Thursday. So I want to thank our city staff and the Jones family for working together. to get that process, to get it to where both sides were happy with the arrangement, and we are looking forward to moving forward on it. The idea is to develop and operate a new facility which would be a mixed-use community space with dining and entertainment opportunities. So look forward to that coming soon. So you may have noticed another building near downtown has changed recently. We celebrated one of our Garland legends last June when signage was unveiled for the Ronald E. Jones Municipal Building at 800 Main Street. This is our former Main Street Municipal Building. The council moved forward on rededicating this building for Mayor Jones. I worked for the city for 29 years, 6 of those as an assistant city manager, and then served 6 years as mayor. And it is a building that he had actually worked in as far as when it came online, so it was a very great honor to rename that after him. And it was about 1,000 degrees that day.
3, 2, 1! Woo!
All right! Happy holidays, everyone!
It's the most wonderful time.
Christmas on the Square. Well, obviously, after a 2-year hiatus for construction, we also had a pandemic in between all of that. Christmas on the Square returned to the square last year, and it was. I mean, really, there's not much else I could say other than look at that. It was an incredible night. Lots of food, lots of activities, traditional tree lighting, and we are very excited to have this for Christmas on the Square to be back on the square. And of course, we hosted a lot of live music acts over this year in and around downtown. We continue to put these on in and around downtown. We continue to put these on through all of the construction. We had our Band Together on the Square shows, Sound of Summer concert series, our Live at the Plaza series. All were designed to bring people downtown, and really, we are making Garland a live music hub. And so I hope that you've had a chance to come to these events. They are going to continue, and certainly they are going to continue in downtown. And, quality of life is really more than just public spaces. The City of Garland, we are very proud of our new designation as an official cultural arts district. This designation represents Garland's long commitment to the arts and cultural initiatives, as well as highlights the significance of the Bankhead Highway and its impact on Garland. Garland boasts a lot of shops and outdoor activities, special events. A lot of that is thanks to tourism. A lot of that has been going on with the Bankhead Highway as it came through, which is now Main Street since the 1920s. The Cultural Arts District, it includes a lot of institutions. One, the Granville Arts Center, the Landmark Museum, the Plaza Theater, and the area has a lot of features. Parks, industrial space that have been repurposed for artist studios, historic neighborhood. The heart of the district, obviously, though, is downtown Garland, filled with lots of independently owned businesses, that some of which have been operating here for a very long time. And, cultural arts districts can be focal points for generating business, attracting tourists, and really stimulating development and fostering civic pride. The official designation allows cultural districts and qualifying resident art groups to be eligible to apply for significant cultural district funding through the Texas Commission of the Arts. And just to let you know, Garland was one of just 2 cities that were chosen last year for this designation, and there are only 54 in the entire state of Texas. So it is obviously bringing a lot of attention to Garland. We have had some very notable guests joining us. We had Leanne Rimes at our grand opening. And that sign was actually hanging over the stage when she was performing. We've also had Academy Award-winning director and producer Ron Bozeman for the It Came from Texas Film Festival. Obviously, you know Leanne Rimes' work, but Ron Bozeman was a 1963 graduate of Garland High School, and he produced a couple of films you may have heard of, one being the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the other being Silence of the Lambs. So events and programs, 2023 was another year of continuing our celebration of cultural diversity here in Garland from events of all types. We had everything from parades to concerts. Some of the cultural arts programming events from 2023, Mavis Staples, the Peking Acrobats, Little Joe y La Familia, and It Came from Texas Film Festival. We also had our 77th annual Labor Day Parade with the Noon Exchange Club. And so we have also been reaching a lot of new audiences with other events such as Big Art Day, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and Big Art Day After Dark. Speaking of Big Art Day, Big Art Day is a spring arts festival produced in collaboration with the Garland Cultural Arts Commission, as well as Garland Independent School District, Visit Garland, and of course the City of Garland. Big Art Day celebrates and showcases artists and the arts in Garland. Visitors to Big Art Day can view and purchase artwork in the art market, which is actually usually set up right here. And you can explore exhibits at the Granville, and for the kids and adults, you can participate in interactive hands-on art projects and enjoy live entertainment. We celebrated the talent and creativity and cultural diversity of our Asian Pacific American communities at Garland's inaugural Asian American Heritage Festival at Winters Park back in May. The festival included cultural performances from locations including Thailand, Laos, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines, Singapore, Myanmar, India, Japan, Korea, and Hawaii. And in addition to the colorful nation parade with the lion dances you've seen, we had lots of art performances, and everybody had a great time, as you can tell. We also hosted our second annual Juneteenth celebration in June at Audubon Park. We commemorated the emancipation of enslaved people with a celebration of freedom, unification, and through community engagement. Speakers and live music were there. We had food trucks, we had children's activity, all of it centered around a reflection on the day's historical significance. And actually, I believe planning for the third annual is going on as we speak. So look for that. Dia de los Muertos. Our annual free event honors past loved ones and features Los Matachines, Mexico 2000, Mariachi and Ballet Folklorico student performances by Garland Independent School District, as well as IL Texas and more. As usual, there's always food trucks, there's always bounce houses, and then we have the altar displays as well. And all of these events are family friendly. Garland and beyond. Love that. The Garland Landmark Museum and the city hosted Garland and Beyond Space exhibit at City Hall from May through September. Visitors learned about manned space travel through exhibits and artifacts presented by NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. And downtown was also filled with space-themed activities, including movies like Apollo 13 over at the Plaza. We also had NASA Solar System Ambassador programs that everyone could join in on as well.
How we restore your power for your home and your businesses whenever outages occur.
GP&L. Yikes. Another great event, we celebrated a milestone in our city's history. 100 years of service from Garland Power and Light. GP&L's 100th anniversary Thank You Garland celebration took place in April at Winters Park. And guess what? We had live music, we had food trucks, we had activities for everyone, we had lineman demonstrations, and really it was just a great way for Garland Power and Light to say thank you. So it turns out 2023 was very busy. We unveiled playgrounds, splash pads, and of course our downtown square. And really, we are working towards fulfilling the promise we made that the voters overwhelmingly supported for the 2019 bond program. We are putting that money on the ground in projects all across the city. All 26 of the city's new and improved playgrounds are now open. Each park features its own unique pieces and amenities. We have a dinosaur-themed playground at Spring Park Greenbelt. We have a lion-shaped climbing structure at Dorfman Park. And I will tell you that all of that playground equipment, when we do the openings on these, are thoroughly tested by your city council members. There's video of that somewhere. Now, this is a playground, all right?
This is a playground.
Splash pads. New splash pads. You know, with the Texas summer, I would think about putting a splash pad in my yard. We have installed several of them already this year or last year. The Embry and Lawn Wind splash pads opened in mid-2023. Embry Park features an all-ages splash pad with vibrant above-ground elements and in-ground elements that bring a fountain feel. We have a seated wall for the parents to stay dry if they so choose while they're watching the kids. And, you know, also we've added restrooms here as well. The Lawn Wind Park splash pad offers a variety of features, including spray jets and waterfalls, and is an ideal spot to cool off in the summertime. This park also includes 17 acres of land, including paved trails, picnic areas, and all-purpose courts. The Watson Park splash pad completed construction later in the year and will be active come springtime. The fourth interactive water feature is actually out here on our downtown square, and it's around the kids area. The fifth splash pad will be coming to Rick Oden Park in 2026. Rick Oden Park over on Miller Road is open and ready to enjoy. It has been completely upgraded. New amenities at the park include new playground, shade structures, pedestrian bridge. There are benches and water fountains throughout the park. We also feature new restrooms, walking trails, picnic tables, updated basketball courts, baseball fields, and there's also the skate park, John Comer Skate Park, which I will tell you is usually much more crowded than that. That is the second largest skate park in the state of Texas. Tinsley Park on Anita Drive features a nature-themed, inspired black playground with climbing rock structures resembling a wolf's head and a giant turtle. And there's a slide through the climbing rocks. And again, that was tested by your city council members. And lastly, the city opened a new playground in addition to one of our first splash pads at Lawn Wind Park. And that park is wonderful. It's along Glenbrook. Lots of trees, lots of shaded areas. And we added at that park one of our library kiosks. Library services in Garland are continuing to broaden. In 2023, Garland Library Services expanded beyond the 4 locations to offer services on the go. The library implemented 2 initiatives to extend its reach to patrons throughout the city. The first initiative was Library on the Go, which is a refurbished shipping container that can be placed in different areas around the city. The second initiative is Go Library Go, a set of materials kiosks and dispensers similar to vending machines, where patrons can use their library cards to check out popular reading material and DVDs 24/7. The first kiosk is on State Street in downtown, just adjacent to City Hall. A second kiosk was added at Lawn Wind on Centerville Road. And the 2 kiosks in the Library on the Go add 3 locations to the 4 already in our system. Central Library Express. This opened back in May, right over here on Austin Street, just down from the Central Library. The former Garland Women's Activities Building is hosting services while the Central Library is undergoing a massive renovation. The temporary location maintains the same hours of operation, and the staff is there to provide the same services. North Garland Library, I'm sorry I missed this. I can't remember what else I had going on that day. More than 100 residents and volunteers came out to paint a 163 by 13-foot mural on the back side of the North Garland Library. This is as it runs along Apollo Road. The event raised awareness about the 2019 bond project and celebrated the renovation of the Central Library as well as the construction of the new West Garland Library. Speaking of West,
And you get all the dust. One
we
more.
broke ground on the new West Garland Library last July, and we are planning for a grand opening in about a year. It's being built adjacent to the Hullabaugh Rec Center to replace the existing Walnut Creek Branch Library that we long outgrew that location. The new 18,700 square foot library will have computers for adults and teens, study rooms outfitted with video conferencing capabilities, and a dedicated makerspace for teens to learn and create. Construction is scheduled to be complete in late '24, and the grand opening celebration early '25. As you can see, lots of glass, lots of natural light, really to make it inviting for everyone, and just making it a comfortable space for kids, adults, teens. It will also have an outdoor patio space and an art plaza that it will share with the recreation center next door. And that will be adjacent to the newly expanded and renovated Hullabaugh Rec Center. That construction should finish this year. It'll feature a new gym, a new multi-purpose room, as well as a renovated kitchen area. The Central Library. You all recognize the Central Library, don't you? Well, it doesn't look like that right now, but it's going to. Last summer, the Central Library began a modern transformation that will provide access to new technologies such as video production and maker spaces. The renovated library will have an updated modern interior as well as exterior, and a renovated children's area that will feature a slide. A grand staircase, a new circulation desk, new multi-purpose rooms, updated technology, maker space, audio-visual space. This will be just the absolute crown jewel of our library system. And we'll also have some outdoor programming space as well. The renovations should be complete by late '24, and we will reopen sometime in early '25. Holford Recreation Center and Aquatic Facility.
Go.
Back in July, we broke ground. This is over on Homestead Place, Holford Park. The new facility will be approximately 37,000 square feet and boast a double gymnasium as well as new fitness room. It's going to have an elevated walking track around the upper story, water slides, leisure pool, new basketball courts, and pickleball courts. Anybody in here? Are there any pickleball players in here? That's what I thought. All right. Well, just to touch on the pickleball thing, we get about 100 requests for pickleball courts a day, I think, and have for probably the last couple of years. I want you to know we are adding pickleball courts as quickly as we can as far as capacity. So just know more courts are coming. The original recreation center was built in 1968. It was demolished to make room for this. And the construction will continue through this year, and we anticipate it opening mid-25. Surf and swim. Long ago, surf and swim came into Garland and has been an absolute feature for our park system. In 2024, we'll begin construction of the highly anticipated new surf and swim aquatic facility. This is going to, as you can see, feature a lazy river, splash pads, children's pool, a tranquil leisure pool. Not sure what that means, but it sounds good. So we anticipate opening for that in the summer of '26.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Bob Day tennis complex. We broke ground on that, maybe a month and a half ago on possibly one of the coldest, windiest days ever. The facility is named after former mayor and lifelong tennis player and Garland resident Bob Day. This center is going to be part of the Tuckerville Park, which is out on 66. It'll feature a 3,700 square foot pro shop, 12 tennis courts featuring 2 premier courts with terrace spectator seating, a spectator pavilion, food truck bays, picnic area, perimeter fencing, site and court lighting, and also sidewalk and trail connections to the adjacent neighborhoods. And we broke ground on this, like I say, about a month ago. We're looking at probably 18 to 20 months for construction. Senior Activity Center. Design for the new and improved Garland Senior Activity Center is underway, just over here on Avenue A. This is the same location where the senior center previously was, had to be demolished. But we have taken this opportunity. We have collected lots of information from our senior center users to kind of look at what our programming should be. So we're going to continue with that design work through this year. Fire. I'm not saying there's a fire. Fire stations, maybe. Our project team is very close to completion of design of Fire Station 1, and construction should begin this year. That's the top picture you see there, obviously. This is going to get relocated. It's just down the street from us here. It's going to be relocated between Avenues B and D, east of First Street. Fire Station 1 will provide improvements in firefighter safety and health with updated bunk room facilities, training facilities, and will accommodate modern firefighting equipment, which has gotten much larger over the years, so we need to kind of upsize that. Fire Station 6 is also being redesigned and relocated as part of our efforts to improve our public safety infrastructure as well as our response time. This is on the Bush Turnpike at Campbell. Again, it features updates that also help with our firefighters' health and safety, new bunk areas, kitchen areas. We learned a lot during COVID of trying to keep our firefighters safe, and so all these new facilities will have all of those features. And we're looking at that station being open this year. Now, 635. 635. This is a very long project that we are roughly getting close to the middle of the end of. How about that? You can quote me on that, the middle of the end of. This is a 4-year, $1.7 billion TxDOT project for Garland for 635 East. It basically counts 11 miles from 635 from Central Expressway all the way over to I-30. At the west end, the current focus is to open a stretch of permanent westbound lanes between Garland Avenue and Plano Road. On the other end of the project, the focus has been on opening the remaining connector ramps between 635 and 30. And coming up very soon, the Galloway Bridge will be taken out in order to build the new Galloway Bridge that goes over for that intersection. And this is a huge project that I know is a mess, but at the end is going to benefit Garland greatly. Neighborhood initiatives. We have so many great neighborhood programs here in Garland. I want to talk about a couple of them. One is the Where the Heart Is program. This is where we partner with a neighborhood to encourage neighborhood reinvestment. We work with the residents, we work with nonprofits and businesses, faith-based groups and volunteers to really make physical changes to the neighborhoods as well as social change of getting the neighbors together. And then we've been working in Western Heights, which is basically Shiloh, Walnut area. The next neighborhood we're moving to is the Quail Creek neighborhood, which is bound by Miller, Swan, Quail, High Meadow Drive, Danbury Drive, basically the subdivision plots of Quail Creek, Monica Park Heights, and Mill Creek Crossing. We had a meet and greet a couple of weekends ago, and yes, it was cold. It was cold and blustery, but we did have coffee and donuts, and we have a meeting. We'll start our planning meetings with the neighborhood coming up on February 22nd. Another great project or prop is, we have been looking for ways to stimulate reinvestment in our single-family homes here in the neighborhood. So we developed the Home Improvement Incentive Program a couple of years back. This program offers a 50% cash rebate up to $10,000 on approved exterior remodeling of single-family homes. All applications must be approved prior to the work being started, and the minimum investment to be considered for this program is $1,000. And I will tell you, we opened up the funding for this program on January 9th, and by February 5th, all of the funding was committed. It is a wildly popular program that we are looking for any way we can to expand. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to garlandneighborhoods.org. Lots of special events, some of which we've already talked about, some of which we're going to keep talking about. We've, lots of the events that we've done over the past couple of years are going to continue. Big Art Day on April 6th, Asian American Heritage Festival on May 18th, our Juneteenth celebration on June 15th, Dia de los Muertos on November 2nd, Christmas on the Square, December 5th. Mark your calendars for all those. I know you're going to mark all those right now. But we have some new events coming. Are you ready? Guess what's coming back to the square? What could it possibly be that happens in July? Yes, we are bringing our 4th of July celebration back to downtown. We have not had that down here since 2008. Red, White, and You will take place down here on July 3rd. Obviously, we will have music and food, and we are going to have the area's only all-drone show. Now, some of you were here for the grand opening of the square. You saw the drone show there. Imagine bigger than that. We are going to have that show down here. And I've seen a small preview of it, and it is certainly something that you are going to want to see. And so bringing that back to downtown is awesome. Also, another celebration at Heritage Crossing is turning 50 years old this year. And so stay tuned for details about the party at the Pullman car in late September. That would be just over there somewhere, but there's a building in between us. All right. Whew. It is election season once again. The City of Garland will hold our general election on Saturday, May 4th to elect city council members for Districts 1, 2, 4, and 5. And we will also have several propositions on there for amendments to our city charter. Candidates have until this Friday, February 16th, to file for a place on the ballot. And so be looking for more information on the the charter updates. You can find more information on that on our election page at garlandtx.gov. So we cover a lot of information, and we have lots of ways that we get information out to you. And I would encourage you to sign up for all of them. And you can do that through our social media outlets. You can obviously get that information from our city press, through our city press briefs, Garland Alert System, My Garland. All of this can be found on the hub that you need to go to is our city's website. That's where everything starts and then branches out to the other locations. I would encourage you also to visit garlandtx.com. That has all of our entertainment, shopping, event type information. I would encourage you to sign up for all of those. And I bet there are people in this room here tonight who can probably help you sign up for that. So that is how you stay in touch with what is going on in the city of Garland. So it is time. That is really a very fast look at a lot of the projects that are going on here in the city. We are, again, a lot of it is focused on our 2019 bond program. The council made a commitment to clear that list out, and we are doing that. And as you notice from the presentation, we are sort of in the thick of the bond program at this point. We have lots of projects under construction, and lots more that will come online over this year and the next year. But what I want to do right now is this is the time when we have our annual Mayor's Bake Your Mark Award. And this is something we came up with several years back, and it really is for those to recognize folks in the community, organizations who go above and beyond to make a positive impact here in Garland. And this year, we are honoring several individuals who have really made their mark here in Garland. So I want to congratulate VN United FC and the Vietnamese American Community Center of Greater Dallas. And I'm going to give you a little information. I tell you, these two organizations have done so much work in their respective Vietnamese community, but also in the city as a whole. And that is something that I have a great appreciation for. I have had a lot of opportunity to meet these folks over the years, and we have shared lots of meals together, countless celebrations, and I am truly honored to be associated with them. Give you a little information. VN United FC is a Vietnamese American amateur soccer club and a nonprofit sports organization whose membership is comprised of soccer players and professional business leaders from the Vietnamese American community and organizations. VN United was established in 2016 in Garland. They play in multiple leagues around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They also host one of the best soccer tournaments you'll ever see, the DFW Asian American Soccer Tournament. They're coming up on their 5th annual this year, June 22nd, 23rd. But their focus, they just wanted to get together and play soccer. They just wanted to play soccer. But the organization has really grown far beyond that. They're striving to encourage more participation in local government with the Vietnamese community, doing outreach, doing community assistance, blood drives, voter registration, just lots of things to just bring people together, and I really appreciate that. And also the Vietnamese American Community Center, which is over on Beltline here in Garland, is a nonprofit organization with the mission of preserving and spreading awareness for Vietnamese culture, language, and history. It was founded in 1984, and its main purpose was to assist the Vietnamese community in any way possible around the city. It just becoming part of the community. Their culture, their purpose is to help maintain their culture, their language. They have an ever-growing community. Again, they are involved in a lot of communication bridge between the city and the Vietnamese community, local, state, federal. And so I would like to ask the members of VN United FC and the Vietnamese American community to come forward, please. You could, whichever. I think that was part of the instructions that I missed out on. Yeah. Come over here. All right. Dan, if I take this microphone, is that going to cause problems? We'll make it work. That's the kind of attitude I like. So, please don't fall off the stage. So really, I just want to thank these folks. They have always been very active in their respective communities, but they really, over the last year, 2 years, have really branched out to where they are getting out into the entire city. And some of that started out very simply. Jimmy, some of his friends, just wanted to play soccer. Next thing you know, they want to host a tournament. And the next thing you know, they're doing it 5 years running. That tournament brings in 32 teams from across the country and Canada for a tournament here in Garland, Texas. And it is an excellent run tournament. They do a fantastic job bringing people into the city. And so I want to thank you. And Jimmy, as past president, if you would like to introduce your board members, I would appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor Scott.
This is Jimmy Tran, by the way.
Thank you, everyone. So on behalf of BN United Football Club, we are humble. We are grateful to be able to recognize for what we've done. We really appreciate it. I am Jimmy Tran. I'm a immediate past president of the Vietnam United Football Clubs. I'm told I can talk about in the past, which is what we've done so much in 2023. And part of it is we thank you, City of Garland. Without your support, we won't be able to do it. So in 2023, I'll make it short. We were able to do 2 soccer tournaments with the support of City of Garland, the Visit Garland Park Recreation, the Police Department, Fire Department, the whole city. So we were to bring in 34 teams from 14 states and 1 team from Canada to our City of Garland for 4 annual. Also, we also do the first responder tournament. So we raise money for our for the charity of our first responder team. Also, we participate in a lot of activities for the coaching events, Asian nights and market nights, and a lot of activities. But thank you so much that helped us along the way that we want to do it. With all, we have 25 board members, 100 soccer players, 15 our owner advisors, and 3 advisors. Thank you so much. So now I'd like to introduce the current president of Vietnam United Football Club, Mr. Thái Nguyen.
My name is Thái Nguyen. I'll try to make it quick, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of BN United FC, we're proud to be here on this event tonight. And before I introduce all the board members of BN United, I would like to thank Mr. Tyler, is one of our BN advisors, and he's also the notary editors of news. And also Mr. Nancy Lin is also our BN United advisor. So we are continue to work on this event of 2024. So the first event going to be the DASH, Asian American Soccer Tournament. Will be held on June 22nd and 23rd. Then we also have Food and Music Festival on July 5th and July 6th. And we also have a first responder tournament. It's going to be, last year is 18, but it's going to be more than 18 for first responder tournament. And we also keep the same, our signature event on October 18 and October 19 on the Food and Music Festival. So this year we're going to continue on Food and Music Festival at Palais Saigon Mall on July 5th and July 6th. So, and also on October 18 and 19. So I would like to invite all of you to be at the Saigon Mall supermarket and in the parking lot, and also in our last tournament. Thank you very much.
And last but certainly not least, we have a Vietnamese community center here in Garland. It's over on Beltline Road, just off of Jupiter. Established in 1984 by Nancy's parents, Tom and Jennifer Wynn, who couldn't join us this evening because they are flying across the country. They're enjoying life, yes. But, you know, the center is a great hub for the Vietnamese community. It is now, you know, we started with voter registration drives, and the community center is now a polling location. That is awesome here in Dallas County. So I would like to introduce you are the current president, and you are doing a fantastic job. I know you get very nervous sometimes.
Very, very nervous. I don't know how long since we were serving as councilman for District 7.
It's,
So yeah, I have always been volunteering behind the scenes, but now, yes, taking position as a leader, that is a lot of pressure. So
you're doing a fantastic job.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Councilor Morris and I were just at an event at the community center. I think we're both still getting glitter out of our hair from the Lunar New Year celebrations. But I want to thank you, and I'd like to give you an opportunity to introduce your board.
All right, so thank you, Mayor Scott. So as you heard that great introduction, we are Vietnamese American community of Greater Dallas, and we locate here in Garland, 3221 Bellevue Road. Not only are we trying to preserve our culture and help anyone in any way that we can within the community, we are trying to be that communication bridge between the local officials and state and federal, anything. We want to be a part of the community, so we want our voice to be heard. And part of that is hard. Language barriers has always been the case, right? So we try to bridge that gap. And as a lot of you might not know, Kai and Jimmy, they were part of the Vietnamese board director for 2020 to 23. And like you said, they started out as just wanting to play football, soccer. So they quit and they left and they started their own forms. And I'm glad that being part of the Vietnamese American community, that gave them some sort of, encouragement, so that they are now branching out more and helping with the community more. So we have a lot more people to help. That's great. So as you heard from Mayor Scott, part of the last few years, trying to bring the voice so that we can be part of the community. We are now the voting center, official voting center, not only for election day, but also early voting. So anytime that people want to vote, we help in any way we can. And now within Dallas County, we can vote in Vietnamese. So that is the great, great news to our community. And we just want to be a part of the community and a part of this great city of Garland. And now I would like to introduce our board members that are here today. We have our Vice President, Internal Affairs, Mr. Ryan Newman. Vice President, External Affairs, Tiffany Potts. Program Directors, Ms. Kim Deng. Our Treasurer, Ms. Victoria Nguyen. And Media Liaison, Ms. Cindy Tubon. So thank you. It's a great honor to be here today. We really appreciate you inviting us, and we would love to always continue to be part of this great city. Thank you.
Thank you. So before we leave, we've got some certificates here that I'd like to give you, and some challenge coins.
Thank you.
And Jimmy, if I can get you to help. That's something you do.
My goodness, a lot of gifts.
Lots of gifts, lots of gifts.
That's good.
We'll get to it.
Now we have Christmas in what? This is February? Christmas in February.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. So, again, I want to thank these folks. They are, they are community volunteers. And through spending a lot of time together and a lot of events, we've become friends. I appreciate that friendship. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your support in the city. So thank you all very much. Thank you. I'll get out of the way. Oh, yes. So, again, I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight and taking the time to learn a little bit more about the city and what's going on. Again, we're going to rebroadcast these so you can, if there's something you missed. We're also going to have our booths open here for a little bit. But before you go, we have a drawing. And I'm mixing. Are these well mixed? Do I need to? Yeah. For this lovely floral arrangement, which could really benefit somebody for tomorrow. All right, so here we go. They have to be present to win, right? Yeah. All right. Debbie Nguyen. Actually, I'm going to come around here. How about that? There's a lot going on here. Let's look at this one. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you tonight. The booths will be open, and I'll be around if you have any questions. Thank you.